let's go to war together, girls. Okay, now, as we enter this story, we're going to get an update on Ethan Klein suing 3 content creators. We're bubble hopping. We're watching humans be human. I have strong opinions about how people should be. I have opinions about meeting people where they are and seeing the flaws in people, but also seeing how people can get better. I have been disappointed as a former H3 fan with Ethan's conduct. And as a political person or as a philosophical person, I've not agreed with his opinions. Free Palestine. I also, feel like as a YouTuber, I am concerned that this is a new precedent that's about to be set. And I will adapt, but how many content creators can't? And I am slightly concerned about reviewing this video because I have seen on Reddit and other places that allegedly he is creating a circumstance in which he can sue people for reacting to his original content nuke, which is a really scary precedent to set as a creator. YouTube is gone. Any illusion that YouTube is anything that it used to be is gone. And remember that Ethan's not an OG YouTuber. Ethan is sort of like a newer YouTuber in a sense. He's not some guy who sat in his bedroom genuinely being a creative and like a sweet autistic boy trying to create art. He's a guy who showed up on YouTube, I think, to make content. But I always thought he was funny. I always enjoyed Ethan. And so to see this come full around is just so sad, right? Like, I think this is such a disappointment. And I do have a concern inside me. Like, is this going to be an issue with me covering it? So just to full disclosure, I'm a commentary channel who wishes to observe the news. And this is newsworthy. I assume Phil will cover this. This feels newsworthy. This is a change in how YouTube conducts itself. Now, do I think he'll win against these YouTubers? I don't know. Let's watch it together. Let's talk about it. I haven't watched the actual video. I've just been reading about it. But, yeah, I'm sad. I'm sad that YouTube is now at this stage. And if that's the case, then hey, maybe we'll all just be really specific brands now. It's so much for community, All right. It's sad we couldn't figure out how to disagree and just make content about it instead of taking people to court. It's just sad.
Hi there. My name is Ethan Klein, and my favorite hobby is spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on lawyers.
By the way, as the kids say, eat the rich. As the kids say, eat the rich. This is why money is just exposes your true character.
Today, I invite you into my home to share my favorite pastime with you. Join me in creating generational wealth for my attorney. Let me tell you guys a story. About 1.5 years ago, it's a big conversation called ReactGate. ReactGate was a debate going on in the streaming community about what constituted fair use. People like Hassan.
Everyone's saying, isn't burning money a crime? I assume it's fake money, right? Like, he couldn't burn real money, guys. I think it's fake.
XQC and many of the large Twitch streamers would watch other creators' entire video on their stream. They would rarely add sufficient comment.
See, and I'm in the other bubble where I like it. Because I always thought streaming was spending time with a person you like to spend time with, watching videos you would never watch on your own, or watching videos with people to get their opinion. Even if their opinion was nothing, I think that's the very autistic point of the internet that people aren't getting. We don't care if you ever say anything. We just like watching it with people. That's why mukbangs are interesting to people, because you're just eating with people. That's why the media works it's why it's such a big medium for people. That's why I'm confused. Don't you understand? As a consumer, that's why it's like putting on cleaning videos in the background while you clean. I don't understand how people don't get that. I just don't get it.
Or even pause the video to speak. Most egregiously, they would re-upload the entire VOD to YouTube with the same thumbnail, the same title, so that they could cannibalize traffic from the original video. Here's what Lamino had to say about this phenomenon.
I don't mind people reacting to my videos, but I do mind when they play the entirety of my video.
So old YouTube, we didn't play the entirety of the video. Old YouTube, we would actually, I think, what's their name does this still. There's so many YouTubers who do it, but Ryan Beard, right? Ryan Beard does this still, where Ryan will show themselves, show the video clip, show themselves. And look, I can go back to making that content. I absolutely can go back to making that content. I can adapt. But YouTube, I mean, I am more afraid of reviewing Ethan's video than reviewing a Disney show or a Netflix show. Netflix and Disney are more lenient than the precedent that Ethan is setting. So it feels unsafe as a content creator to feel like I don't understand what the rules are. Now, every time I voiced my opinion about this, people have reassured me, Brittany, you talk a lot. You definitely like change the content. You are playing the whole video, but you turn a 30-minute video into a 2-hour clip. Yes, girl, because I can talk. I get it. Right. But also, I don't have it in me as a human being to care if somebody like reacts to my content. If you upload my full video and it's not you're not transforming it or whatever, sure, like I'll report you to YouTube because I don't want you pretending to be me. But if you're watching my whole video, I don't care as a content creator because and maybe this is just my belief. Like maybe I'm just a socialist. Maybe I'm just such a socialist. Like, what are you going to do with it? Like, what is it going to do? I'm already barely making anything off AdSense. Like I struggle as a content creator really hard. I'm just not convinced that if people didn't react to me, I'd make less money. I actually am convinced if people reacted to me more, I'd make more money. Because Ethan definitely got famous because people reacted to him. I know for a fact that every content creator I've ever seen got bigger because people talked about them. So I am just not convinced. Actually, I kind of wish people would talk about me more. But I'm not clippable. I'm not interesting like that because I am a reasonable human being. Do you ever notice that? I am just so reasonable. I swear there's nothing to make content about. People make content about unreasonable people. That's why people make content about Ethan. Do you know what I'm saying? Like people make content about Ethan because there's something controversial happening. People don't make content about me because like I'm chill as fuck, you know? And when they do make content about me, it's just boys who are angry on the internet. But my views do go up. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know if I'm convinced at this narrative that like, oh, they're stealing money from you. Like, okay, call yourself Netflix and get over it. But even Netflix lets me post. You know, and like I get it. If you don't want the whole video shown, that's fine. I can definitely adapt to that, but I want YouTube to make the rule, not the creator. Does that make sense? I want YouTube to be able to make that rule, but then at the same time, I get it. I wonder what it would look like to be in a world where nobody ever reacted to Ethan ever again. I just feel like that would isolate him and nobody would ever talk about him, and so like nobody would ever learn about him, right? Imagine the internet where no one ever talked about Ethan again. How would he ever get his channel out? How would he ever get popular? Do you know what I mean?
Facecam in the corner or the occasional interruption does nothing to address that issue. My video is still being played from beginning to end in someone else's stream or video. It's neither ethical nor necessary to feature the entirety of someone else's.
And I guess to be fair, because stream says, our chat says Netflix and Disney love a free promotion. They do love free advertising. Look at my tattoo. Ugh. Anyways, to be fair, if I show too much of a show, they will block it, right? That is true. But it just, that's fair. It's like a show. It's a production. If Ethan wants to be a company, then we can treat him like a company. Then he's not a YouTuber. Maybe there should be a category for YouTubers who aren't actually YouTubers anymore. Because YouTuber used to mean something. But if you're going to be a brand, then we'll treat you like a brand. See, it's like Ethan wants to be a YouTuber, but he wants to be a brand. You have to make a decision. Are you a brand or are you a YouTuber? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I understand there are rules. I'm happy to follow the rules. I just want to know what the rules are so I can follow them. But I just thought YouTubers had a special bond. I kind of like the idea that YouTubers, we don't report each other. We don't strike each other. Isn't that the whole like controversy between certain YouTubers that have happened over the years? It's like, I thought we had a agreement that we weren't gonna, you know what I mean? I've never reported any of the videos made about me. Even the videos that I thought were so salacious and so rude and obviously untrue, I never reported them. I could have, but I just never did because I think it's bad. I think it didn't go far enough for me to do it. Like, oh, so I was accused of running a cult. Boring. Obviously, I could prove I wasn't running a cult. Easy. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, a gentle people's agreement. I thought we had a gentle people's agreement. I thought we had an agreement,
Work, or they could do the bare minimum and ask for permission. something that none of the major reaction channels have ever done when they've streamed or re-uploaded my videos. But to answer your question, no, I don't want people to stream or re-upload the entirety of my videos.
Now, understandably, this made a lot of people angry, because why should these content thieves, essentially, get more views than the author of the video, which in a lot of cases...
Do you know that was Sneeko's argument about Hasan? Do you guys know that Sneeko decided to do streaming because he got upset that he was making original content that wasn't getting as many views as Hasan was getting reacting to the content? He sold out so grossly because he was mad at Hasan for getting more views than him. Ethan is selling out right now because he's upset and petty.
cases was happening. I mean, people don't like injustice, and this just, we all see this, and no, it's not right. This debate culminated when XQC, one of...
Also, well, no, I guess it would make sense. People don't want you to take the whole video. Yeah, remember that guy who made the same video about Asmon and said Asmon and all these people are YouTube promotes thievery? Do you remember that guy? His video showed up on my feed the other day and he's doing well. Remember that he commented on my video and I said, I don't understand. Am I transforming the video or not? I don't understand the rules. Forgive me, I'm autistic. I'm not understanding when it's okay and when it's not okay. You complain when Asmon does it, but what about when I do it? Am I allowed to do it now? Or no, is it just the people you don't like doing it? Or is it when the people who are bigger than you do it? I don't understand the rules. I don't understand the rules. When are people allowed to look, if Hasan wants to watch one of my videos, one of my pods, and walks away to go to the bathroom for 30 minutes, praise be. Do it. Do it, King from Turkey. Do it. Okay? Do it, God. Do it. Do it, sir. But that's because I have this stance that I will never be, sharing my content will never come at a disadvantage to me. Because maybe I'm just a socialist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't imagine a world in which people share my content coming at a disadvantage to me. And you know what's crazy is I keep seeing all these big channels come out and say, I can't make money. I'm not making money. I'm not making money. Why is all these people with huge channels not making money? What are we all doing out here? Are we all playing different games? What are we doing? But again, maybe, I don't know. It's weird when I see bigger channels than me saying they make less money than me. And then at the same time, people are like Ethan, who lives in $11 million mansion, allegedly, right? Talking about how he's afraid he's not going to get his AdSense. What are we talking about? The man is worth $20 million, according to Google. What do you need you know what I'm saying? Some of us are living off 70K a year, 60K a year. Some of us are living off 40K a year. That content creator I really like, what's his name? The guy with the name I forget all the time because I can't remember how to say it. He shared that he's making like 40K a year. Girl, we got to get him more income. You know what I'm saying? But some of us are making 40K a year. Frogan, you just know, is making 20K a year, 40K a year. Frogan is not making six figures. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, 40K before tax. So it's like, what are we talking about? Ethan is going, you know what I mean? Who are you punching down at? Well, you're sitting there with millions. Like, I don't get it.
The prime suspects called into my show to debate me, in which case I'm sad to report that I was terribly owned. So in that regard, do you care at all about like IP or copyright, or like the fact that it's illegal? Does that matter? That it might be illegal, does that matter to you?
No.
It doesn't matter.
Well, if flat out doesn't, because...
Well, that's fair.
Watch me full screen cam, do the fucking worm, then watch your prime... Then watch your prime content.
Do it for a week. Do a week of no reaction content.
This is my imitation of XQC. He is pretty funny. He's memeable. What's that Canyon cartoon? Did a really funny rendition of XQC. I'm not gonna lie. It was very funny. And sometimes in my kitchen, I'll stim. I'll be like, blah, 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 blah. He's so funny. Me Canyon or whatever. Oh my God, I was gagging. I'm sorry. I don't even like that shit, but I did enjoy their XQC thing. It was just too funny. Look, gamers, we're the worst. I'm not a gamer, but you know what I mean? People are the worst. But a big part of it is like, isn't adulthood just high school with money? Look at these men. XQC got $100 million deal from a gambling company, if I'm not mistaken, right? And then here's Ethan Klein worth $20 million, and they're all like battling over like AdSense revenue. Eat the rich, kids. Eat the rich. What?
And see how many fucking views you get.
Oh my God.
Okay, sure. I mean, that's content, man. It's original content, at least. The ultimate debate, bro. He hit him with the worm. Oh, what?
You know what? You can tell they're capitalists because every Republican capitalist goes, yeah, but what if I'm a billionaire one day and people are taking my money and then these people become rich? Like Ethan's proudly said he's a capitalist. I'm sure XQC is. You know what I mean? But like the audacity of these people, this is why people don't like rich people. Because when you become rich, you become even more greedy. How could you become that greedy of a person? Do you know what I'm saying? Really, bro?
And I think of that first. I kid XQC, but he is not the one I'm suing. Despite my criticism, he's not a malicious infringer. But the ones I am suing, you'll see, are much, much worse. Now, ironically, after this debate and in the wake of this large conversation, the problem seems to have only gotten worse. You have people like Hassan Piker paving the way of fair use with what's
oh yeah, why didn't he sue Hassan? Allegedly not Hassan.
known as chair reacts, when Hassan gets up to go to the bathroom or to eat or to talk to his mom. Or
I love that shit. Just individually to individually, I fucking think it's funny. I think it's funny when I go to like, because like, why would I pause it when my audience is watching it and I can go away for 2 minutes and come back? Or even when Hassan does it, like, please do it to my videos. I give you permission. Because I just cannot, you will not convince me this is a disadvantage. I will not believe you. I do not believe you. That a free billboard on a 30,000, 40,000 viewer stream isn't good for me in some, I cannot believe you. I do not believe you. It's bullshit. Everyone says it. Everyone's like, it doesn't convert into stream time. Bro, if it converts into 10 subscribers, those are 10 possible, like, those are 10 viewers. What are you talking? That's good enough for me. You know why? Because I'm a middle-class girly. I'm a middle-class girly. Do it. You know, I just don't believe people. I don't believe you.
Or do whatever, disappears for an extended period of time and leaves the video playing for his chair. Mr. Chair.
Oh, chat says, are there any women he sued? I don't know if you're being sarcastic. I believe all 3 of them are women. It's his live stream says it's Denims, Frogan. No, yeah, Denims, Frogan, and some other person. I don't really know who they are. Yeah, he's suing only the women and the poorest women. No way these girls make any money. Sorry. I don't even know that other girl's name. There's no way these people make money. Isn't that interesting? He's Casey Tron. Thank you, Casey Tron. No way these women make money. There is no way they make enough money to fight him. Isn't that interesting? Oh, Chad said, I wasn't sarcastic. I didn't know. Wow. Yep. All 3 are girls and all 3 definitely make less than six figures. Definitely.
They call it.
IDF had warned people to leave the area around the main airport in Sana'a. Then
He lives on stream. One of the greatest parts of stream is that you kind of live there. You know what I mean? Chat said, who's the richest person who streamed the whole thing with little commentary? Honest question. I don't even understand the question you're asking. Do you even understand the question you're asking? What does that mean? I don't know what you're asking. There are billions of, I don't even know how many streamers in the world exist. What do you mean? Within the context of this conversation? I'm saying it's not objective. I'm saying you cannot say it's objectively wrong for Hassan to do what he's doing because I don't think it's wrong. Like, that's the thing. It's not. It's subjective. And I want to live in a world where I can stream something and go to the fucking bathroom because I'm 10 hours on stream every day. Or somebody's here. Like, God, can I please pee without needing to pause? It's fucking annoying for the streamer and for the viewer. It's bad streaming etiquette, in my opinion, to like, I pee for 2 minutes. Even if I peed for 10 minutes, like something happened, the cat threw up and I had to clean it. Why would I pause it for my audience when you guys could be watching the video and tell me what I missed? Do you know what I mean? Ethan gets up to pee all the time. Well, he's lucky that he has the viewership and yes, they go into intermission, but like, why even, you don't have to do that either. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying it doesn't make sense for it to be a big deal if it's not objective. It's just not objective.
And it was in this setting that I formulated an idea.
Chatter says, I prefer if you paused it when you left, since I like your reactions. it just feels so strange to like pause it when I leave for 2 minutes. I don't know. It just feels so abrupt to me. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I gotta pee in the middle of this sentence. It's like sometimes I can't wait. I gotta pee. But then it feels weird for me to do that. And it feels more stressful, I think. So I go like, just keep watching. You know what I mean? Chad says, would you condone your OnlyFans content being posted on different sites if it's not? If not, what would be the distinction in your mind? I don't care. People do it already, and it brings me new viewers. People leak my shit all the time. I don't care. Because I think the real customers will pay, and the other ones will always get it for free. I don't care about pirating. I'm not anti-piracy. I don't care. I use LimeWire as a person. I don't care if people pirate your movies. I don't care. I don't hold any great value to this. Sorry. Like, I don't care. I'm telling you right now, I don't have attachments like that. I'm not having that lived experience. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't hold that as a value. But you can hold it as a value if you want. You can go after people. Like, maybe I'm in the mood to go after people who go after my stuff. I'm sure there will be a moment where I feel like someone's taking advantage of my work and I go after them, but I don't usually care. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't hold that opinion, but that's Brittany's opinion, right? Maybe that's a bad opinion for the world, but I don't care. I also like, I hate the idea that Netflix does like a Netflix parties and you have to have like less than 4 accounts. Like if I buy a movie or if I'm streaming a movie, I should be able to stream it to people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I live in I'm just, I just feel like sharing is caring. Okay, I feel like sharing is caring. Why is everyone mad at Nintendo right now? Because they're making it hard for us to share our games with people. They're not giving us hard copies. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sharing is caring. Sorry. Call me a socialist. Sharing is caring.
What if I could make a long-form, irresistible piece of content that I knew that these streamers couldn't resist, they couldn't avoid the temptation of watching it the second it was published?
I don't have an issue with them.
It's not that I wanted these people to steal my video.
Yeah, Netflix got so stingy that we have like 11 devices in the house, and we have too many devices for the amount of devices like Netflix or Disney allows. So they're like, are you on vacation? Somebody else is using your account. I'm like, I fucking hate you, bro. Like, I really fucking hate you. I pay for your subscription. I'm paying so much money as it is. Let me put it on all the devices in my own goddamn house. Let me have a friend and family account. You know what I'm saying? Like, sharing is caring.
Is that I knew they would. I knew they would watch the entire video, add little to no commentary, react to it instantly, giving them no time to form an opinion. The trap was set, and it worked even better than I imagined it would. We captured pretty much every large streamer reacting to it in its entirety immediately after it was published. Now, the thing is, there were a few people that went above and beyond to commit copyright infringement. For example, Denim sits here silently with nearly 50,000 live viewers. That's 30 times her regular viewership.
Whoa.
She's working directly with the Snark subreddit moderators to siphon views, and their intentions couldn't be clearer. Here's an excerpt from a stickied post from the Snark subreddit. Hey everyone, we've seen a lot of comments about wanting to watch the nuke without showing support for H3. Here's a list of creators who've supported our sub, either by engaging with us directly or citing our post in their critique of H3. Here they're offering these streamers as market substitutes for my work. This is the cardinal sin of copyright infringement. The Snark subreddit has been a frequent and persistent infringer. That's how I knew when this video came out, the Snarkers were going to encourage, promote, and push streamers to commit copyright infringement. I should thank the Snarkers actually. Because of their predictability, they acted like double agents for us, incriminating their favorite streamers and serving them up on a golden platter. So, thank you, Snark. It's one thing for a subreddit to admit it's engaging in copyright infringement, but how do you get the streamers themselves to admit that they're stealing content?
Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a if you like the content, if you enjoyed your time here.
It turns out they just do it for you. You couldn't cook up a more incriminating statement.
Chad said, Brittany, if there is any threshold by which it infringe, would you consider that piracy of without your consent? Like, if somebody stole my content in a particular, I told you, I already named the ways that I would go after people. People have uploaded my video with no commentary, literally just like mimicking my channel. I report those channels. If somebody started an OnlyFans and pretended to be me, I would report it. But if you're just like doing commentary video, if you're in the video, I do not care. Like, if you get on TikTok and you post my video with your face in the corner, like, at the end of the day, like, as long as you're not trying to be me, I don't care. As long as you're not trying to be me, I do not care. That's what I don't like. Don't pretend to be Britney. Don't build a second account and be like, this is Britney's account. Like, you're not me. I'm me. That's the only thing I care about. Nobody is trying to pretend to be Ethan. That's the only thing, is like, no one is trying to be Ethan. Right now, I will say, and this is where I'm deeply confused about this rhetoric. You know, it's very normal for people to not want to give certain people views, so they watch the content through a different means, right? That's pretty fucking normal. People don't want to watch Fox News. They want to watch somebody else cover the story, so they watch somebody else, right? Like YouTubers aren't news stations unless you become a full-fledged brand, right? So then we have to talk about that. I think I'm upset with this idea that Ethan doesn't understand. It's pretty common and normal for people to not want to give the source money, so they find other ways to watch it, right? Right? Chet says, the reason I ask is you said that the reason you didn't report many YouTubers is that they didn't go far enough for you to do so. Yeah. Yeah. If you're reacting, if you're sharing, if you take my nudes and you post them on Reddit, okay, just don't forget to say it's Brittany Simon, bitch, so people can sign up for my OF. Like, they're cute. First of all, they're cute nudes. Thank you. But like, I only make shit that I'm fully prepared for it to leak. That's my rule. Every time I make content on OnlyFans, I have to be prepared for everybody to see it. And if I'm comfortable with everyone seeing it, it goes on OF. That's the rule. That's how I make content. You know? So anyways, it just feels like one of those things where, they're doing something unethical. Now, let me make it clear to you. I think the people who are stealing paid content and posting it are bad. Example, one of the rules I have for myself is if somebody posts a members only video, I don't clip it for my videos. That's a rule I have in place. If a YouTuber has a paywall for the content, I don't post the content myself. If somebody leaks it, I'll take it from that source, but I will never go behind a content creator's back, steal content behind a paywall and post it, because I think that's unethical, right? But that's different than Ethan posting a public video on a public forum to be publicly consumed. And then the culture on YouTube is that we make react content. That's the culture on YouTube. Commentary content is the culture on YouTube. Do you know? So ultimately, the individual stealing my content is doing something wrong, but also like that's because they're taking it from behind a paywall. Just as Ethan opened up his IP for everyone, all these women need to go show that clip in the court. Well, that clip, my Discord shared that clip earlier. Let me see if I can post it really fast. Let me see. Where'd you guys post it? Discord? My Discord is so good at finding things. Let me see. They did post it, but I guess Ethan can change his mind or whatever. Oh my God, we talked about this subject for so long on the Discord. Hold on. Oh, I don't know where it is. I don't know where y'all posted it, but my Discord was posting it. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to go over in court. Well, I guess we'll have to see. Damn, I don't know. We post way too much on this goddamn Discord. I can't find shit. Oh my God, we are so posty, girls. We're so posty. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where, again, I just don't like the precedent it sets, right? Chat says, if somebody was to stream and react your members only videos for free on their YouTube channel, would you try taking it down? No, I don't care. Listen, don't ask Brittany what she would do. I don't do 99% of shit people do. I do not care the way people care. Like, I do not have attachments the way people have attachments. Like, I just don't. I don't care about any of it. I'm just here to live my life and die, girls. I'm just here to live a good life and die. Hoarding wealth, hoarding content, hoarding shit just like doesn't matter to me. Don't ask me. I'm not a normie person, okay? I'm never going to give you the answer that you expect out of people because obviously I don't act like any of these people. You know what I mean? I'm obviously operating on a different level, okay? I don't care.
Statement, if you tried. Denim's the queen of self-owning. You prevail again. There's one thing about copyright you should know is that you got to register it before you publish to be eligible for statutory damages and attorney's fees, which is the main biting force of a copyright infringement lawsuit. Well, I'm happy to tell you guys now, I, Ethan Klein, have registered Hassan Piker Content Nuke with the United States Library of Congress.
What does that mean?
Some of you guys out there sweating?
No, I don't know what it means.
Theoretically, I could sue a lot more creators and rake in millions of dollars. But the purpose of this is not financial gain. People like
What?
XQC and Asmongold may have watched the entire thing, but I would never sue them just for doing that. I don't want to chill the reaction community into fear. Actually,
Well, but you're doing it now. I'm afraid, but I'm doing it because I'm hoping that he loses his case. But also, like, why are you going after? So you didn't go after any of the millionaires. You went after 3 women who don't have the money to defend themselves.
the opposite. I hope that we can all unite against this type of egregious behavior that not only makes us all look bad, but could destroy the commentary community as we know it.
Oh my God, I'm going to pull my own hair out. How dare he get up here and be like, I'm protecting the commentary community. Are you serious, dude? Are you for real right now? Ma'am.
Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime.
The state of reaction content on Twitch is so broken, these creators feel comfortable looking right into a camera and saying outright, hey, I'm stealing this guy's content. Pay me instead of him. This is not a healthy.
It's an activism thing. So let's explain activism bubbles. My mom doesn't shop at Target because they support pro-choice things, and most people don't support Walmart because they support what they support politically. We all do this. This is a very normal activism thing. Even people came to my streams during H3 and said, oh, Brittany, I'm going to watch it through you so I don't support Ethan. Am I going to get sued because my viewers also don't want to support somebody so they watch me? I don't want to support Andrew Tate directly. I tend to watch his videos through somebody else. But Ethan doesn't want to be held to a similar standard as Andrew Tate. So many of us do not watch original channels from bad people because we don't want to give them money. It's a very normal thing to do. You can frame it as they're trying to steal money from you, but what they're trying to do is not fund Zionists or genocidal people or abusers. Do you know what I'm saying? That's all that they're saying. They're just trying to say we don't want to support bad people. You can say I'm not a bad person. You can say I don't want to be associated with Andrew Tate or Destiny or any of these other predators. But the thing is like, that's who you are to some people. You got to get over it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you expected.
The environment. And with people like Hassan reacting to entire TV shows on stream, my fears.
Ugh, when streaming was good. When streaming was good. Streaming was better when people could react to TV shows. Streaming was better when we could get together as a community and watch cooking shows together. People were better. People were better. I do. Yeah.
That Sony or Disney comes along, sues everybody, and sets a devastating precedent that could endanger our entire field. Now, before I tell you who the 3 people I'm suing are, I just want to make it clear that they all met this very specific high bar of criteria that I set forth earlier. These people were not targeted based on their gender, their identity, their political beliefs. All 3 are on this list. In fact, they're the only 3, as far as I could tell, that reacted to the full.
I agree. Chat says if they supported Ethan, Ethan wouldn't have cared at all. This is just because he hates women and he's angry, is an angry little Zionist. I agree, because notice that he didn't go after any of the boys that he was a little contentious with, but ultimately support him. Mudahar even tweeted, like, this is going to change YouTube. Yeah, exactly. This is going to change YouTube for the worst. This is bad. This is just bad. But it is what it is. Get ready to adapt. I might have to adapt my content, which is fine. I can do that. I make really good fucking podcasts. I make really good fucking videos. I can do this stream, watching parts of people's videos easily, right? Like, this is not going to stop me, but it's still going to change the vibe. It's a disappointment. I really like watching content with my viewers. I really like watching things from beginning to end to give that original content creator full context. Because look, when we were showing parts of people's videos, people would say, where's the context? Where's the context? Show the whole clip. Show the whole context. Show the whole context. So then we started showing the whole context. And now you're like, you're stealing my video. You're stealing my video. What am I supposed to do, bro? Like, you know, what am I supposed to do here? You want me to show the full context, but when I show the full context, now I'm stealing? Make it make sense, Queen. Make it make sense.
Video. Drum roll, please. Who's sweating at home, guys? Casey Tron, the queen of ripping farts and bong loads.
Who is this?
They're very
I do not know who Casey Tron is.
musical people. I know. Are you being serious? Dog, what do you look? You think I made this?
Frogan, who, bless her soul, she's still rising.
Can I walk away and use a bathroom? Do I have permission? Can I use a bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing.
This is a values difference. Again, what different bubbles, huh? just different bubbles. Like, I don't care if somebody watches my video. Once again, I say it again, please watch my video and walk away and go to the bathroom. Thank you.
Apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life.
What happened?
And Denim's the queen of self-owning. And my God, is she the queen of that?
It's very obvious from the way that guy's talking, he's a Sneeko fan.
Oh my God, bro, I love you.
Chad says, would the compromise be pausing when they walk away? Well, then the issue is playing the whole video. If that's the case, if the compromise is like, hey guys, pause when you go to the bathroom, like, okay, like, I mean, I've seen streamers pause for 30 minutes. I've seen it. I've seen streamers who have to, like, you know, take a shit on stream. You definitely know they're pooping because it's been 30 minutes. Like, they'll pause for 30 fucking minutes, literally, which no judgment. When you're streaming for 10 hours, you're probably pooping. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to judge. But yeah, if that's the compromise, great. But why are we suing people? Why are we building those compromises then? This is what I say when I'm saying you're not a community member. Community members attempt to compromise before going to this particular route. You know what I mean? Did I not call out Alyssa when she went for Think Before You Sleep? When I like Alyssa. I don't like Think Before You Sleep. I think Think Before You Sleep makes the worst content on YouTube. And yet I thought it was wrong of her to strike his video. Even though I thought it was wrong of him to make a video on her when it caused her to get harassed. But ultimately, yeah, I don't want YouTubers striking each other. That's not what I want from our community. But, you know, what is a community? What is a community, really? I guess there isn't one.
I'm so sweaty, bro. I love you, bro.
None of the hostages that have been released so far have said that they have been raped. The hostages have public statements. You can go look at them.
The sexual assault I experienced should never happen to any human being.
This Yemeni kid is just a Yemeni kid with a gun and is not a Houthi, and there is no proof of him being a Houthi.
Are you a soldier? Yes. That seems pretty definitive.
He never said Hassan Nasrallah was a good guy.
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah base. I mean, listen.
Now for the fun part. Let's take a look at the complaints. And let's start with my favorite of the three, the very own, the prestigious, the highly acclaimed, the highly analytical Casey Tron.
Who? A lot of people have been wanting to watch this without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein. So we're going to watch it.
Well, that's really
so fucking normal. That's what I mean. That's literally the most normal fucking basic shit I've ever heard in my life. It's like y'all didn't grow up with activist parents, and yeah, I can tell. I can tell Ethan's parents never did any activism because my conservative parents who did activism would do the same exact thing. I don't want to support this person, but I want to see this video. Betsy, can you get me this video so I don't support this person? Yeah. See, when you don't grow up in activist bubbles, you don't understand that people don't want to give you their money. Get over it.
Really dumb thing to say, don't you think? Why are you so comfortable? We've given each complaint a clever little title, and here's Casey Tron's. She smoked more than she spoke. Casey Tron smokes 42 times during her reaction. And just as a silly thought experiment, we thought, wouldn't it be funny if she spent more time smoking than she did talking? And thinking there was no way that that could be true. Well, we tallied them up, and lo and behold, there's 15 minutes, 40 seconds of commentary versus 18 minutes and 55 seconds of smoking. She spent 3 minutes and 15 seconds longer smoking.
Who is Casey Tron? Bro, what views is she even getting? Let's see. Who is Casey Tron? Who is that? I don't even know who that is. I don't even know who this is. Girl, she gets like 2,000 views a video. Relax, Ethan. Wait, she's mostly been gone. Who is she? Does he even, is this her YouTube? I guess she has a link tree to a Twitch. Twitch. 500,000 followers. That's a pretty good following on Twitch. Is she a bigger Twitch streamer? Who is she? Casey Tron. I don't go on Twitch ever, so I don't know how this works. 300 views, 100 views, 1K views. So her Ethan clip got 1K views. Okay, well, I don't know who this lady is. Okay, so I got nothing to say about her. I don't want to know who she is. Don't go into my DMs. I won't answer you. Thank you. But okay.
Then she did talking.
See how he goes for small channels who are making absolutely no money and are women? What is this? Do you know what I mean? Like, he's literally going for 3 girls who absolutely do not make money. What are we doing?
In her quote-unquote reaction. And whatever talking she did was just to express how confused she was, presumably, from smoking 42 times.
What is happening? I'm trying to follow. I've lost the plot.
The complaint continues. Indeed, Casey Tron is often too obliterated to comment on the nuke, and instead stares blankly at her computer screen. In a span of 2 hours and 7 minutes, Casey Tron smokes marijuana.
Wait, great point. Discord said Ethan is a liar. He mentions that this was all an elaborate 4D chess plan or game, but then he also at one point says he wasn't going to sue these ladies, but because of how they mentioned they're watching his video so others don't have to, he had to do it. He's both claiming it was a plan all along while saying it was something he impulsively decided he had to do. Wait, that's true. Wait, that is true. Ugh.
Frequently in highly concentrated forms through vaporizers on 42 separate occasions. At one point, Casey Tron is so wasted that she states, quote, "What is happening? I'm trying to follow, but I've lost the plot."
Chad said, I thought H3 was for the girlies. It hasn't been for the girlies in a long time, girls. I can't remember exactly when H3 fell off for the girlies, but it fell off for sure.
To give you an idea, the majority of her commentary comes down to this.
I don't understand this bit that he's doing.
He's read more books than you could ever imagine.
CPM's coming out of Qatar.
What the hell is going on?
Right?
He's read more books than you could ever imagine.
What is happening? I'm trying to follow. I've lost the plot.
They do musicals. They're very musical people. I know. Are you being serious? Dog, what do you look?
Ugh, girl.
Think I made this? This isn't a music video, Hassan.
And as dumb as all of that is, this is the part that really got her sued.
A lot of people have been wanting to watch this without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein. So we're gonna watch it. What the fuck is going on here?
Stating outright that her intention of doing this is so that people who don't want to support me can watch it through her is why copyright infringement laws exist. You could not and should not do that, especially if your commentary consists of you taking bong loads. At least try to engage with the content. Whoa, what was that? Oh, sorry. That was a flying star. It almost caught me. You know?
Yeah, I want to live on a YouTube where this is like a free speech argument. I would rather live in a place with free speech, even if I don't like your free speech. I would rather live on a YouTube that lets people react, even if I don't appreciate how you react. Yeah, I'm like kind of, even though I dream of living in a place where like we didn't tolerate Nazis, I also would rather live in a place with free speech. So I hate it, but here we are. I think there's a way to balance it, honestly. I do. But that's another conversation for another day. I would just rather live on a YouTube that lets people react without all these like requirements. Just like, as long as there's like not impersonation, I don't care. As long as you're not impersonating somebody, I don't care.
And you love her, guys. Frogan. Reaction by exiting. Here she is getting up to leave the video running as she steps out of the room. Is that transformative? I guess the judge will decide. She said, quote, "It's time to watch the new nuke ethically. Hell yeah." Huh. Very smart to say on camera, by the way. She said, quote, "Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate everyone's support. And thank you for watching it with me." Well, you are so welcome, and I'm so glad that you were able to enjoy that day. Her commentary is so non-existent that even her own fans begin to call her out.
Don't have anything to say? Dude, because he's cycling the same fucking points over and over again. What more commentary do you need on him repeating the same fucking points for the whole first hour and 1 minute and 32 seconds? It's been the same shit over and over again. This video could have been condensed into 20 fucking minutes. Like, what commentary do you want me to add by, like, oh, this guy's a fucking idiot, he's mentally ill, and he's having a mental breakdown and uploaded it to fucking YouTube? They're gonna make at least one good point. What do you want me to make a point on?
Oh, I forgot. She also said, "Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing." You may use the bathroom, Frogan, although I don't advise it.
Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing.
This into your stomach. And let me state the obvious. Jew and
apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life.
What happens?
But you just pause it. That's it. You just pause the video, right? Like, you get up and you go to the bathroom, you just pause it. They should be watching for you. But if you get up to go to the bathroom and they keep watching my video, they're clearly not watching for you, right? As lazy and pathetic as her reaction is, this is not...
I don't know. I just think it's nice to keep it playing, so... But if that's the rule, like, that's what I mean. Like, I'm happy to pause it, bro. I think it's weird, but you can do it. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't think it's like he's dying on this hill like he's a fucking activist or some shit. That's the problem, is he's acting like he's doing this for the community. This is going to harm the community.
not why she's getting sued. This is.
Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate everyone's support. And thank you for watching it with me. First time viewer, time to watch the nuke ethically. Hell yeah. I found my way from Reddit. Hi guys, welcome Reddit people. Reddit people, Reddit people. I came from the HP Star credit. Ethan is so pathetic while Hassan is in Japan. I'm bothered having a great time. Exactly.
It is actually so crazy how pretty Frogan is. And it's so crazy how Tectone tried to say she was ugly. Literally, you're lying.
We're gonna watch it live, yes. He doesn't want people to know when it's dropping because we're all watching through other streamers. And I suggest you all watch it through other people as well.
It's the stated malicious intent to steal. They talk about watching ethically, but I learned not to steal when I was 5. Up next is Denims. And honestly, just take a look at this, guys. It's a nightmare on Denim Street. Not only did she chair react, but she was kind enough to write her name right at the top just so that we knew that she was stealing my content and it was her room and nobody else's. Judge, did you know that we're on Denim Street right now?
Actually, my name is Denims and it could have been my room. They call me Pretty Denims Simon sometimes. Sometimes they call me Denims. Sometimes I'm in a different, that could have been my room.
Some quotes from Denims. We're relying on you to stay live so we don't have to give the nuke views. Yeah, I'm going to stream it since he's confirmed it's coming out today.
Oh, and I've got Denims in chat right now, all 5 billion different Denims. So like it could have been any of us, honestly.
I'm going to stream it. That is very explicit. Denim said, quote, well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, give me a follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like my content. Your content? The Queen of Self-Own included a countdown timer so we could tell exactly how long she was away. After being gone for a few minutes, she returns and then sits silently for another couple of minutes eating.
I'm going to go pee and hopefully when I'm back, they're done with this.
Okay.
Yeah, you do look better.
Mr. 305. I see it.
Dude, you should do this.
I have an alternate.
We're relying on you to stay live so we don't give more views on the nuke. Yeah, I'm gonna stream it. Since he confirmed it's coming out today, we're gonna stream it. If you want to watch it with someone else who's already watching it, you know, come enjoy the watch party somewhere else. If you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like the content, if you enjoyed your time here. Because I'm gonna be honest, I did not want to watch that by myself.
Let me also commercialize it by asking you to reward me financially for stealing his content. That is like chef kiss. By the way, Denims had a very successful stream.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea. I think a good form of activism is not giving people money if you don't want to support them. I'm used to it. It's been done in my family for literally decades. I think it's a good way to make sure your money isn't going to bad causes or bad things. I think it's important to stay informed without funding bad people, because I think bad people rely on you wanting to watch them so they can make money off your views. But I think this is just a difference in values. Like, this is a huge difference in values. Interesting. I'm from such a different bubble than Ethan is. My boomer parents literally used to do this. The fact that my parents used to do it is why I think it's so significant. My own parents used to be like, I don't want to support them. Can you get me the video a different way? And I'm like, yeah. Or they'd be like, oh, have you heard this story? I don't want to go to this person's channel and give them views. And I'll be like, oh, this is what the video was about. Like, you guys have never, this is such a normal conversation. Chet says it's not about values, it's about revenge. Oh, for sure. It's so fucking petty. Don't get me wrong. I do think this is absolutely petty. I think, like, Ethan uploads people's content to watch it on stream, doesn't he? Haven't I seen him do that 100 times where he uploads the content onto a separate YouTube video in order to watch it on his stream? Am I crazy? I feel like I've seen him do that a lot. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I'm pretty sure I've seen him do that. Chet says, Brittany, how much of the Frogan hate do you think also comes from her being fat and in hijab? The amount of uncreative whale and pig in the blanket comments about her made... Oh, definitely. Oh, fat phobia is 100% playing a role, or the fact that she's a hijabi is playing a role, or... Yeah, absolutely. Right? Like, definitely. Like, that's... Yeah. I think that's 100% playing a role. Like, look, people are prejudiced. We're prejudiced. We are biased. We have implicit, like, we have things we have to deconstruct. And so when we're reviewing somebody, we have to recognize, like, man, how am I pushed in a direction? How am I being pushed in a direction? And that's why you have to deconstruct it to the best of your ability, right? When viewing stuff. And no one on this side of YouTube is doing that. Tectone and Asmon and stuff, they're not doing that, right? Chet said, are you calling it activism because you think that's why people are watching through other streamers, or are you just connecting similar actions? I mean, no, I think it is a form of activism. They're doing it as a form of activism. We don't want Ethan Klein, the Zionist, to make money off his propaganda. Let's fund smaller content creators with better values who are viewing the content. That's a values decision. That's an activism decision. That's like not wanting to give your money to bad sources is a form of boycott. It's a form of protest. It's saying we don't want to fund this. We're watching it in a different way. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is a form of activism. I think the way these people are doing it. Yeah. That's why my parents do it. That's why I would do it, or somebody else. Like, you know what I mean? Like maybe for us other things, like I don't shop at certain places. I'm boycotting Amazon as an example right now. I really wanted to watch Sinners, but I can't because it's available on Amazon and I refuse. So I'm going to miss out on Sinners for a while until I can get it a different way. Right? Like if I can find out a different streaming channel or if I can pay for it a different way, I will. But I'm just going to miss out for now. Right? But if my friend was like, hey, I have Sinners. Do you want to watch it on my account? I would watch it on their account because they already bought it. So I would watch it. Like they already bought it. So why wouldn't I watch it from them? But do you know what I'm saying? But I'm boycotting Amazon. So I'd rather miss out. But if somebody had another way for me to watch it, you know what I'm saying?
Stream. She had 43,000 people watching her live. Take a look at the title of her Twitch stream. Ethan Klein Hassan Content Nuke Watch Party. A watch party? I don't think that's fair use. Now, Denims, of course, always deliver.
A watch party? I don't think that's fair use. YouTube used to be so good. This is the downfall. This is the downfall.
The goods. She went on this dude's podcast to debate fair use. And would you be surprised if I told you she said a lot?
Well, hold on. Chad is saying if you were to steal it, something from Amazon and sell it somewhere else, that would be stealing, right? That's how he's framing it. Yeah, but we don't get paid. We don't get paid. I don't get paid for making content. I make content in hopes to get paid. Like the money comes second to the content. You know how many videos my Jubilee video recently, demonetized, no money. My podcast on Jojo Siwa, 0 monies because it wasn't monetized when it went up. Like I think now it's made $50 or something. Like as content creators, we show up for free in hopes to get paid. Do you know what I mean? So if they're streaming and then they get donations or they get AdSense, like that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Yeah, they don't get paid for providing the video, so they're not selling it. They're not selling his YouTube video, right? Chad says you're not going to tell them to stop using Amazon. No, I don't care what people do. I don't tell people what to do. I don't tell people what to do. There's too many other issues to focus on. I don't make prescriptions. I eat plant-based. I don't shop at Amazon. I'm not telling you to do that. I don't care what you do. Do what you're going to do.
A lot of incriminating things in that podcast. The queen of self-own never disappoints.
I want to be clear on my opinion on like filler content and stuff. Like I think filler content, like you shouldn't do it. I know I do it as a React stream. And I try to do it only when I do it with like Vox videos or Vice videos and stuff like that. Because at least I'm not like directly ripping from one content creator and not like a whole team and stuff. And most of those videos have like 5 million views. I only get like 500 viewers. I'm taking maybe 50 views from the video. It's a lot harder to feel like, I guess, bad about that. Whereas like I would feel very bad about doing that to like a single content creator. The majority of people say that they literally wouldn't watch Hell's Kitchen unless I was streaming it. And it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm reacting hard enough. You know, I'm sure if you click on a random part in the video.
P.S. I do fall asleep. I fell asleep to Iron Chef yesterday. The original series, season 1, episode 1. Bobby Flay looking young and grumpy as usual. That show is so kooky and silly, but I love it.
I might not be saying anything, sure, whatever. And I might walk away from the screen, but it's about like the communal thing. It's why like
it is about community. It is about community. The best part is the community part. Like that's what's going away. And I just, as a community YouTuber, I just want to mourn with you guys, hold my hand. It's been fun. That's why you should come and join my Discord if you're 18 plus, because we are a community there and we do lots of good things there. But like, yeah, this is it. YouTube's done. It was fun while it lasted. And who destroyed it? YouTubers. First corporations and companies, remember Adpocalypse, and now YouTubers. It was fun though, huh? People really ruin everything. And Ethan's a part of it. What are you going to do? It's done.
Streaming Death Note. It's not about the actual show at a certain point. It's the same reason you watch shows with your friends. You want to watch it with other people. A lot of people go to watch streamers on Twitch for their React content almost as a curator. So they don't actually want to go through YouTube themselves and watch a bunch of videos. And they probably never will go through YouTube and click a bunch of videos. They like going to Twitch because they like to have it as like, this streamer is curating fun content that I want to watch.
Like,
From the people that I've talked to, the people who watch Twitch content are specifically there to watch it so they don't have to scroll through YouTube and find a video they like. If someone watches content, I already said this, if someone watches content on someone else's stream, there is a very low likelihood that they're going to go watch it separately and give you like the view or the like. Or the people who are watching content on Twitch, curated Twitch content on Twitch, aren't necessarily people that would be watching content on YouTube.
That, my friend, is
Oh my God.
And
I clicked on a Discord link on accident from my Discord. Apparently Sinners is being sold on YouTube. And then I clicked on it and then it was like a whole thing. And then sorry, my bad. This is transformative content. This is truly the transformative content you came for today.
you're a thief. And now I'm suing you. This is just a testimony to how brazen and how safe they've, gotten. That she thinks she can go out in public on video and say shit like, I'm stealing this content because I want to. I'm coping even though I know it's stealing. When people watch it with me, they're definitely not going to go watch the original. Like, you are way too comfortable committing crimes out in the open. Well, there you have it. 3 separate lawsuits for 3 separate geniuses. Now, I want to make it clear again, and I hope it's been obvious about why I'm suing these 3 people and not others. These people not only violated all of the principles of fair use, they also did it maliciously. And that's the part that really got me. I think if you're a reactor on Twitch, for the most part, if you make a good faith effort to comment, and if you make a good faith effort to promote the author, to link to them, to try to drive traffic to the original video, I think you're probably pretty much doing the right thing, and that's fine. And I would never sue someone for that. Take it to these 3 absolute morons to state their intention to steal my property on video. And to all the detractors who are saying that I'm targeting women, that I'm a hypocrite for suing for copyright infringement, I just have this to say. I don't care. What I do hope, though, is that you'll support.
For the record, me giving my faces is the reaction. Okay, I don't gotta say nothing. The face says everything.
Support their crowdfunding efforts to defend themselves. Because let's face it, I want to make sure there's money left over for me when I win my lawsuit. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's been a great time. I'll see you around.
Man, eat the rich for sure, bro. Hey, what are you gonna do? The end of YouTube. I think this is a cultural shift. If you're creative, make sure you're really creating. Look, I'm really lucky. I feel like I always felt secure about this coming. When did we think this was coming? Probably a couple years ago, because I remember telling myself, I'm so grateful that I can make original content without ever needing people's content. Look, I already did it before. I can do it again. But it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. It was fun while it lasted, YouTube. I wonder if there are other platforms, that might be better. This is why people have even talked about going to OnlyFans. Do you know that? Content creators were talking about going to OnlyFans because of exactly these issues. Even like YouTubers were going to OnlyFans because they're like, at least I can post on that timeline and I can make it free. And then people can watch my videos. Honestly, not a bad idea. Like, not a bad idea. The good news is that if YouTube, it depends on how this goes, right? Chaz says, so no live streams for you? No. I can still make content. Girl, I can rant. I can make slideshows. Girl, I can, I just won't watch Ethan. Because you guys remember, YouTube changing it for content creators, it's not gonna also be every other person's content. It's just like maybe other creators. Like, if creators are gonna be sue happy more than companies, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I can still provide content for you. I can live stream. I can talk all day. I can talk about girl, don't even sweat it. I will adapt. I am an adapter. Okay? I mean, there's so many things, but it's this. What I'm saying is going away is the community, the talking about YouTubers, having conversations, talking about content. Look, I've been really lucky that for the most part, I've always stayed out of the drama. Even when people have tried to drag me into it, I think I've done a pretty good job of staying out of it, even when talking about it. But maybe that was the problem. Maybe everyone just got in too deep. But I really think the only person who escalated was Ethan. In my opinion, the only person who truly escalated in this situation was Ethan Klein. Everyone else had their moments of like pettiness and silliness. And I think people engage in ways I would never engage, but I can't hold them to that standard. They're not me. But I would say the only person who had the power to make a difference and escalated was Ethan, much like Israel. Period. You know, you can say, oh, well, both sides. Every time, always both sides, but never both sides. Don't both sides the situation. One person made it worse for everybody else involved. All it took was one person to go too far and make it worse for everybody else, and that's Ethan Klein. That's this man right here. It was him. You know? Chad says, Britt, what are your thoughts on Nebula? Seeing other creators on the left, FD Signifier and Foreign Man in Foreign Land, doing some more original work there. Not sure if you can live stream there though. You have to be invited. You have to have a certain amount of views. It's like pretty independent. And I think they're trying to curate a certain amount of content. It's hard in this economy because I think Nebula, you pay. It's hard because YouTube is so free. Like, again, this is not going to stop me from being on YouTube. Girls, as a neurodivergent, autistic, queer person, the one thing I know how to do is survive in capitalism, even if it's middle class. And the one way you survive in capitalism is learning to play the game without it coming at the expense of your values. You think Ethan Klein will ever get in the way of me thriving? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Right? But that means that the YouTube it used to be, the feeling we used to have, it's over again. We're in a new transition. And that's life. So when you are a creative, when you're a person in life, get ready for this transition because it happened to your parents. You ever come home and your dad's laid off? You ever have the market go in a different direction and there's not money coming in? Get ready, creatives. If you're a commentary channel, you can build commentary around the rules. And look, if you want to watch my channel and figure out how I'm doing it so you can do it, pay attention to the fact that the one thing I know how to do is adapt. My partner said that because I was talking to my partner about all these big YouTubers who keep making content. I've seen like 8 different videos now of content creators with huge audiences and huge views telling their audience they're not making enough money to survive. And I'm like, what are you doing? And I still can't get it because I know I'm surviving and surviving is loose. We're all living paycheck to paycheck, but I'm not like making full dedicated videos to how I might have to quit YouTube. Like they're making, I have to quit YouTube videos. I'm not making enough money. And I'm like, how? And my partner said, though, I'm paraphrasing, but they said like the one skill you have is like you're barely making it, but you're so good at making it when you're barely making it. I'm like, yeah, I am very good at surviving. I'm a humble bitch. I can't buy new clothes for 3 years, but I still get to do YouTube. Let's go. I don't care. Like, that's the thing. I think these YouTubers maybe got money too early or something, or they're used to LA like living. Like, yeah, I'm living within my means. I'm thinking they outspent their money. My theory is that they all need to quit YouTube because they're like either not living in their means or something is going wrong, or like they talked about giving up their houses in LA. And I was like, yeah, girl, I never lived in LA. I never could afford LA and I never lived there. I always had roommates. I lived within my means. I never yeah. Chat says, girl, you literally adapted in a whole new country. That's true. And I'm officially so good. I officially, now that my sister came to visit, I got to test my real skills here. I know how to take the buses. I know how to read bus times. I know how to be on my own now. I'm so proud of myself. I'm slowly getting there. Yeah, my theory is like a lot of these YouTubers probably accidentally got themselves in a bad position, you know? But that sucks. Like, that sucks because they're huge. They're huge channels. When they post, they get so many views that I'm just like, dude. But maybe they're not community-based. That's also the theory I had. I'm very community-based. Like, I do rely on my community. My Patreon is very giving. My YouTube members, you guys are very generous. Like, I try to provide as much content as I can. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just a community-based kind of girly. But that's what I think, you know, that's why I subscribe to people's Patreons. That's why I like to give back to the community. But that's why I'm so upset with Ethan. I like the community aspect of YouTube. It's too bad it can't stay healthy. It's too bad it always gets toxic. It's just a bummer. It's a bummer that we can't figure it out. But hey, Trump and Elon are fighting right now too. Adulthood really is just like, I don't know, high school with money.